Bam Margera cannot seem to stay in one place. Literally, the Jackass superstar had gone missing from rehab again. This is the second time the stunt performer had escaped in 2 weeks, but this time nobody knows what's actually going on. Fans and loved ones are obviously worried, and since the star is legally bound to complete the rehab, he could get into a lot of trouble. So what led to all of this? Let's take a look. First up, failure to meet wellness agreement requirements. Margera is known in the industry for having a drug addiction problem. He claims that it was in 2019 that the producers of Jackass Knoxville, Tremaine, and Jones approached him with a wellness agreement. This meant he would have to undergo countless breathalyzer and urinalysis tests if he wanted to stay employed and further participate in the reality show. Although he agreed to the terms back then, he claims that he had been fired when he was tested positive for taking a prescription drug that had been given to him by his doctors. The stunt performer then filed a lawsuit for wrongful termination. The suit also claims that Margera filmed several scenes for the show before being fired, and that many of his dozens of ideas for inclusion in the film are being used in the final cut. But all of this was going on behind the scenes, and no one knew anything. That is, until Margera himself took to social media to issue a statement that he was wrongly fired from the Jackass franchise. This then resulted in the director and producers to file a counter lawsuit, as well as a restraining order. Talk about a feud. Ouch. Now, an unnecessary restraining order. While we're not sure who took it too far, fans are divided on the issue. The director, Jeff Tremaine, has said that he wishes nothing but good things for Margera. He also added that everyone was saddened by the situation and how things transpired. They didn't want to take such drastic steps, but the stunt artist forced them into doing it. Some fans feel that while the counter lawsuit was justified, the creators should not have gone as far as also filing a restraining order. Some people felt that not only was that taking it too far, Bam had done nothing to threaten them. It didn't make any sense as to why they were granted a restraining order in the first place. But there have also been reports that Margera would try to show up on set and cause trouble, which is why the creators had to take legal action. Now, we don't know who's right and who's wrong, but we agree that he shouldn't show up on set after being fired. It's a sad situation, and all of his fans are hoping that Bam gets the help that he needs before worrying about extreme stunts. Next, an unnecessary public feud. Some people think that Margera should not have taken to social media to address the issue. He should have approached the creators privately to solve the problems he had with them. By highlighting the problems on his Instagram, he basically drew attention to a matter that didn't need to be made public. Others disagree, however, and feel that he did the right thing. If they didn't hold on to their side of the agreement and fired him wrongfully, they did him dirty. Also, the prescription drug he used was given to him by his GP, so that doesn't count. Margera's Instagram message was very raw, and a lot of his fans were concerned for his well-being after the post went live. It was easy to tell that it had affected his mental well-being and that he felt depressed after being treated the way he was. And times are tough. Not only did Bam Margera start posting things against the creators of the reality show on his Instagram, he also expressed how difficult things were for him. He asked fans for money and even sent his Venmo details. He also added that he felt that nobody actually cared about him, and his family is the same. He said that his family doesn't let him into the house because he participated in the reality show. Margera also said that he felt heartbroken because the last thing he wanted was to be in a courtroom with Jeff Tremaine. He said that he loves him to pieces, and being in a legal battle with his buddy was really depressing. We understand. That's gotta be tough. The star also encouraged fans not to go see the movie, and that if they send him $1, he could make something even radder. What do you guys think? Are you going to watch Jackass 4 without Margera in the lineup, or are you going to skip it? Now, in other related news, Bam Margera found after second rehab escape, headed to new facility. Bam Margera has been found following his second escape from rehab in 2 weeks, and is reportedly on his way to a new center thanks to an intervention. The Jackass star, 42, was located Monday at a hotel in Deerfield Beach, Florida, according to TMZ, after last being seen Saturday evening near Life Skills South Florida residential facility. The outlet reports that police officers were joined by a crisis intervention team, which included Margera's mother and father, who held an intervention on the spot. He allegedly insisted on seeing the couple's 4-year-old son, Phoenix Wolf, but was told he needed to get himself back in treatment first, the reality star's camp told the outlet, noting that Margera voluntarily agreed to check into a new facility. But fans are worried and feel like he's going to pull some kind of stunt again. He might escape the new facility as well after a few weeks. Well, let's hope that's not the case, but we understand that he wanted to see his son. But fans say that's not an excuse to flee. He could have taken permission from the facility to visit his child. He was first reported missing after leaving a facility in Delray Beach on June 13th without authorization. He allegedly told the center's manager of his plans to exit the premises so he could check into a different rehab, but cops could not locate him. Margera was found safe on June 15th while hiding out in a Florida hotel room. The police said that he was sober when they found him and he hadn't taken any drugs. Next, Jackass Forever. Steve-O explains exactly why Bam Margera was fired. Steve-O has finally explained why Bam Margera wasn't in Jackass Forever, claiming that his friend and former co-star just didn't have the power to stay sober and be healthy. Fans will remember that Margera was fired from the fourth Jackass movie last year after failing a drugs test, an incident Steve-O described as the first time Bam ever had consequences. He said, "Bam had so many interventions, he was locked up in so many rehabs, and by the time we were making Jackass 4, they thought, maybe if we try this, you can be in the movie if you get healthy and stay sober." But Margera had apparently broken the agreement and had gotten into trouble several times. Steve-O also said that Bam needs to acknowledge his mistakes and realize that people are not working against him. They are working to help him. They are not the enemy he thinks they are. While getting a little emotional, he also added that everyone wants the best for the stunt performer. They all want him to be healthy. But when asked if Margera had been playing the victim card, he agreed. Steve-O said that Bam should stop acting like the world is against him and get the help he needs. Well, ouch. That's kind of harsh, but we get it, and we agree. And Bam Margera breaks wrist in painful fall at skate park. Looks like even though he's known for pretty lit stunts, there's no stopping Murphy's Law when the inevitable has to happen. TMZ footage below shows Margera putting his skateboard to use, skating up a ramp, but not exactly sticking the landing as he'd hoped, as he writhes on the ground in pain after letting out a scream. He told TMZ that it was a trick that he hadn't tried in over a year, and that when he landed, his arm bent backwards with the bones nearly breaking his skin. Well, ouch. We have to say that sounds incredibly painful. Bam had reportedly been attending an AA meeting across the street from the Hobbit skate park in Delray Beach, Florida, when he decided to hop on the board during a break. We're not sure what he was thinking during the time, but hey, we can't really blame him. If we had half the talent he does when it comes to skateboarding, you bet we'd try to do the same. According to TMZ, as a result of his battles with drugs and alcohol, he's been refusing painkillers as he recovers from the broken wrist. While we think that he shouldn't torture himself, we wish Bam the best on his recovery from the injury. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think of the feud? Who do you think is right? And who do you think is wrong? Is Margera justified, or should he not have filed a lawsuit? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.